So what kind of man was he? He was a man of vision. He had a very strong sense of purpose. Once he set his mind on the goals, he didn't stop until they were completed.
Just thinking about Dad, I realised I was part of his family for longer than I was part of my own father's family. I really appreciated all the little Dutch treats that he would bring when he'd come and visit us, or for the children with the Dutch licorice or the almond fingers. So I'm really going to miss that.
I think the thing I appreciated the most was the mentor-apprentice type role where I learnt some of Dad's skill. Another side of working was Dad's little traditions, always on payday. He would go down and buy cakes from the Greek bakery and bring them back to the staff room for afternoon tea. On Thursday, also payday, would be ice cream night, so we'd have ice cream that Dad would always pick up on the way home from work. And it was a 1 litre ice cream block that was cut into 10 slices, I think it was. And for some reason, the last slice always seemed to be a lot larger than the other 9 slices, and that was Dad's one. He was quite a generous man, even though a lot of people think that he was careful, I would say, and some people misinterpret that.
Many of you probably know that he was really generous to us in opening up his home to Polly and I and the kids, which was a side of him I didn't see a lot of growing up. I really got to see his generous heart when he did that for us and his real care for family. He told us many times that he was doing it for us because we're family, and he gave us the family rate. So we really wouldn't be where we are without their help. It was a true blessing to us.
I just wanted to know a little bit about his childhood and where he came from. I asked him a question after he had shared all of these things that he'd gone through, where at 11 years old, he was having to help provide for the family. He was trying to educate himself from a very young age. How did you process that happening? And he just said, you don't have time to think about that. You just get on with what you know you need to do.
From a young age, I wanted to be just like Papa. Papa always had a go-get-'em attitude, and if you wanted something, you had to go out and get it. It wasn't just going to come to you. He was one of the most strongest and motivated people that I knew. And for that, I want to say thanks, Papa, safe travels. And I know it might be a little bit too much to ask, but till we meet again, stay out of trouble.
Dad had a go at just about anything. He did gliding, horse riding, snow skiing, water skiing, cycling, acting, swimming, singing in the choir. He taught car maintenance night classes. He learnt how to touch type. He learnt how to use the computer and the internet with a lot of help from Joseph. He even was really good at sewing. I think he learnt from his mother just watching her, and he actually sewed the curtains in our dining room in Wallaceville. He was a good cook. He was an amazing gardener. Yeah, he was just an amazing man.
One thing Dad taught us to do, he taught all of us to do, was water skiing, and that's something I still do today. I still slalom water ski. And if there's one thing I loved about Dad, he was always solid, and by solid I mean grounded. It's dependable. He made you feel safe and secure, and he could resolve any issue. Anything that come up, he could resolve it. He could find solutions.
Dad was a hard worker with an amazing work ethic. He expected to see hard work from others, and he showed respect where it was due. He didn't suffer fools easily. He showed love by digging gardens, taking off the laterals on Veronica's tomato plants when she had neglected them. When he lent us money, he expected to be paid back within the given time frame, and when we did, he let us know that he was really impressed by our great stewardship.
I always thought he was a pretty tough guy. The more I got to know him, even whilst editing this video, I realised when he was younger he had some pretty tough times, and when life gets tough you have to get tough. And I think he really not only overcame all those hardships, but he actually lived on to live life to the fullest. I actually have a lot of respect for the man, and I would love to have a life that looked like his.
He's not going to be at my wedding, but in a sense I can have him at the wedding with me by following his legacy and just having that same mentality.
When I think of Dad, I think of 3 words: courage, strength and determination. What courage it must have taken to leave family and home and everything that's near and dear and travel to the ends of the earth to begin life again. Dad was an incredibly strong man, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Nothing seemed to stop Dad. He would always find a way to get through and jump those hurdles. He was determined to find a way in, around, or over things. Thanks, Dad.
Dad left Holland as a committed Christian, never wavered from that for his entire life. He used to say to me often, if you've got troubles or there's things you can't solve and you need help, take it to the Lord and the answer will come. There's a scripture in Hebrews 11 which says, faith is the certainty of things hoped for, the assurance of things not seen. He had a remarkable knack of being able to bring the things that weren't seen into reality. To me, that was the mark of the man.
And so we just plow on and make things happen and be happy. And that's what I am. Thank you very much.
That's great.
Awesome. That's our dad.